Bonemachine! Last episode you saw some of Hereford, Texas. This morning we woke up early and headed due north to Vega, Texas. Population 927. Now Hereford is definitely in the plains. I don't know if it's the high plains, the Great Plains, whatever, but Vega, Texas is definitely in the high plains. And it's a small town nestled in the vast flat landscape of the Texas Panhandle. The region is known for its wide open and sunny skies. Vega is actually the 7th sunniest place in the country. But while Hereford has made its mark in the dairy industry and as a trucking stop, Vega already has a history cemented in our American fabric because Route 66 runs right through the heart of this town. Vega's beginnings trace back to the late 19th century when settlers were drawn to these fertile lands of the high plains for farming and ranching. Remember, we were still about 2 decades before the Dust Bowl, which actually started, or the worst place it hit was Dalhart, which is very close to here. So this place got hit hard. But before that, its location on the open plains made it a hub for cattle ranching and wheat farming, 2 industries that are actually still here today. In 1903, a store was built at the site of what will become Vega. The store's owner, A.M. Miller, suggested that the name of the town be Vega. The name Vega was chosen because it reflected the surrounding countryside. Vega is Spanish for meadow, and I've been here a few times now, and I always find it very pretty and charming. I even put it in one of my paintings.
There's my water tower for my painting, bro.
While people from back east were moving out here to seek fortune, farming and ranching on the cheap but beautiful and vast expanse of land, it was the arrival of the railroad in the early 20th century that was pivotal to Vega's growth. It connected this rural town to large markets and allowed farmers and ranchers to ship those goods, and it brought new residents and new businesses. The railroad made Vega a vital stop in the region, and it fostered a sense of community and economic stability. You're going to see in a lot of my videos from here on out towns that were built around the railroad, beautiful architecture, post offices, cafes, and they did not have a long shelf life, 40, 50 years. So it's remarkable that Vega was able to weather all that, and it's still here, and it's still got almost 1,000 people kicking. The coolest part of Vega, though, is this guy Gregconn. He runs this Route 66 museum called the Milburn Price Culture Museum. It was closed this time, probably because it was a Sunday, and these good West Texas folks don't do anything on Sunday. But last time it was open, and Gregconn, the old timer who runs this place and builds these dinosaur things and all these like ironwork structures you're gonna see, he was here. He was working on that Twin Tower replica, and he gave us a tour of the whole place. You always find somebody cool out here on the road, though. We met 2 retirees on their way west on Route 66.
That's cool.
Yeah, we try to catch some of these trails. You know, we retired a while back and done doing a road.
What's your favorite place so far you've seen on Route 66?
Right here with you.
There we go.
Well, cool. Yeah, we've driven a lot of it ourselves.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's so far we enjoyed it.
This is the world's largest branding iron you're seeing right here, made by Gregconn with his bare hands. So last time we were here, this cool old classic car was sitting out front. Gregconn was working on his 9/11 Twin Tower Memorial, and this kid, this local from the town, was showing us this old printing press that they had refurbished, and he was helping us make our own postcards with them.
You'll pull that lever backwards, let go, and start spinning the wheel towards yourself as fast as you want. You're not going to break it. And it was built in 1896, so 126 years old. It's
Awesome. That's cool. Did you get that on video?
Yes, sir.
World famous.
I ended up putting that sick handmade postcard in another one of my paintings, so represent Vega, Texas. So we're coming up to one of Vega's main drags. You can see the Vega Motel there in the background. That thing's been there for decades. 70 years of American stories at least. People going east, people going west. The things those walls have seen.
Let love hit, light up your heart.
So now we're headed out of town due west to Glen Rio, the town straddling the Texas-New Mexico border, which you will see a full video of next week. So after hanging out in Glen Rio, we turned around, went back to Texas, and decided to drive Route 66, which we are on right here, the original, the mother road, back into Vega so I could show you the other side of town. Look at this crazy 18-wheeler graveyard that's just sitting on the side of Route 66. This thing goes on for half a mile. As you can see, the most significant chapter in Vega's history is connected to Route 66. The legendary highway, known as the Main Street of America, the Mother Road, was established in 1926 and ran right through Vega, linking the town to a network of cities from Chicago to Los Angeles. And this highway brought waves of travelers, tourists, and commerce to Vega. During the heyday of Route 66, Vega was a bustling town. Gas stations, motels, cafes, and repair shops were all sitting along the highway to serve this stream of motorists coming west and east. The town became a welcoming stop for families on road trips, truckers hauling goods across the country, and all those adventurers we love to emulate and read about. The highway not only boosted the local economy, but it also connected Vega to the broader American culture. It was now a part of the story. However, with the construction of interstate highway system in the mid-20th century, much of Route 66 traffic was diverted, and of course, Vega started to decline. Despite this though, it held on to its identity and heritage, and it's doing a good job. There's some people and some buildings with Route 66 nostalgia, a lot more than a lot of these dead towns you pass. Today it's quiet, friendly community that honors its past and kind of embraces the present. The town's still rooted in agriculture, but it welcomes all the visitors of history and those of us nostalgic for Route 66. That kid on the printing press told me that they get 70,000 tourists a year, almost all of them from Scandinavia, watching American movies, Easy Rider, listening to Elvis, watching James Dean movies, and coming over here and renting cars and driving west on Route 66. I don't know why Americans don't do this, but at least somebody's doing it. The area's wide open spaces are home to wildlife, farms, and ranches, so it reflects the deep connection to the land and a much slower pace of life, which is why I dig it. The wildlife in the area has white-tailed deer, coyotes, jackrabbits, and prairie dogs, and occasionally we can get raccoons, foxes, and bobcats. They got meadowlarks, hawks, owls, and doves, rattlesnakes and lizards, and lots of grasshoppers and butterflies depending on the time of the year. There are some natural streams and creeks. That Ogallala aquifer I was talking about in the last video is here, but Vega's pretty dry. It's a dry place. This was Comanche territory from time immemorial. The Apaches roamed the area, the Kiowa came through every now and then, and the Tonkawa and other tribes could pass through too. They were all chasing the buffalo, which used to be as plentiful here as the grasshoppers and tumbleweeds. Unfortunately, they're all gone, but that would be cool as hell to see. Alright, so that was Vega. Pretty cool place, right? Route 66 is dope. I love that Americana stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to put everything I've seen in America onto paper or onto YouTube so we can document this stuff, because who the hell knows what's going to happen, alright? Please like and subscribe. June 25th, my new book, Rainbow Road, comes out. Next week, we're going to ghost towns all across New Mexico. You're going to freak out when you see this stuff. It's crazy, alright? One love.